Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Almost got ready. We had too much time on our hands. We were too ready, and then we forgot to get everything ready. Anyway, as you can see, Robin today wearing our Canada
Go
shirt, Go
Canada.
Canada, and obviously, if you just watched the amazing game, men's hockey, Canada is going to semifinals by beating Czech in overtime, and tomorrow, women hockey finals
Yes.
against USA. It's at 11 a.m. Calgary time, so please join us to watch it. It's going to be amazing.
And anything USA and Canada,
Yeah.
huge game right now,
Yeah.
especially for hockey because we own
Right.
hockey.
Yes, Canada got a couple gold medals a lot yesterday too. So yay, we get in there. Go Team Canada. But first, we are back to our Tipsy Realtor shows. Our liquid lunch.
Of course,
Which
it's
is-
Wednesday.
Sounds very sketchy today.
And I'll be honest, this drink looks pretty stiff, which is going to warm up our insides, so they're super cold outsides.
Oh, okay, excellent. Well, it's minus 25 for anybody who is
actually,
not from Calgary. Is it?
We have to tell them we're talking about, so the cocktail's called the Turf Club. We got excited about the Olympics and totally forgot to tell you.
Yes.
And we're talking about backing onto green spaces, golf courses, and farmland, and what that means to you when buying a house or owning a house.
Yes. All right.
Okay, back to the cocktail.
Cocktails. Okay.
All right. So we're actually going to make 2 cocktails at once. So it's
Okay.
going to be pretty simple. We're going to do 4 ounces of gin because we're making 2 at once.
Yeah, so that's a big drink.
That is a big drink.
Yeah. Gin.
And now we're going to put in a 3/4 ounce of dry vermouth.
Yep.
Per cocktail.
I don't know, like, so yeah, we have some. We got no. You have to do 2 of those. You just put 3/4.
No, I'm good.
You're good. Okay. Vermouth is very strong flavor, to be honest. Like, I don't love it. So we'll see. A dash of absinthe. And what are we doing? A little bit of some maraschino?
Cherry liqueur.
Cherry liqueur.
And then a little bit of
orange bitters.
There we go. And then we're going to stir it until it's chilled.
Yeah.
Actually, so I'll be honest already, it's redder than I thought it would be.
Oh, okay.
I actually didn't think it would be that color. I thought it would be kind of more of a clear color.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's going to be very aperitif tasting.
Probably.
You know, kind of herby. I don't know. We'll see.
And then we have our chilled coupe glasses, which have been sitting here. And now we pour it into our chilled coupe glasses.
Okay, so you serve it like without ice.
Without ice, okay. Yeah. You strain it and serve it without ice.
All right.
So what else is going on with the Olympics? You're like our Olympic official person. You know all the deals with the Olympics.
I actually have no idea.
She said she was sitting in my driveway screaming at the Olympics.
Well,
as they were
if you
finishing.
guys watched the men's hockey game, I almost Canada was so close, literally not advancing, and 3-3.
Especially how good they've done too.
I mean, exactly right. It's and going into overtime, it's always anybody's game. The way I see it. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Team Canada, you guys.
Cheers, Team Canada. Definitely take the absinthe.
It's not as horrible as I thought it's going to be.
Well, that is a ringing endorsement. It is not as horrible as she thought it would be. That's exactly why you should make this cocktail.
Well, you got vermouth, you got some absinthe, cherry liqueur, and gin. I don't know what can happen.
Well, I was actually, so the absinthe you definitely still taste, but it is not as strong as I thought it would be. The vermouth is not as strong as I thought it would be. The gin.
If I have to do one recommendation, you did pour a little bit less vermouth and I think that worked better
Fair
because
enough.
vermouth I think is very strong flavored, and this would have been more herby and more sweeter if we did.
Wow, and then the cherry liqueur. So it has it's you know what, if
Yeah.
for someone who kind of likes that minty herbal taste, I think that this is definitely
Mm,
the cocktail for them.
yeah, like a cough syrup, cherry flavored.
Cherry flavored cough syrup.
Yeah.
So if you
So
like
if you
cough
feel a little
syrup,
bit something in back of your throat,
I would say that if you're feeling like a little bit like sore throatish
yeah,
or whatever, this
yeah,
would actually probably be a nice one.
yeah, there you go. This is just like if you're feeling under the weather, drink. What is it called again? Turf something? Turf
Turf,
Club.
turf club.
Turf Club. Yeah. So that put that on your medicine cabinet.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so now we're going to talk
Mm.
about backing on to green spaces,
Yeah.
uh,
Oh,
golf courses, and farmland, because this is actually a topic we get all the time with our clients, and they're wondering, like, I back onto green space, what does that mean for me? I back onto farmland, what does that mean for me? Or I back onto a golf course. No,
well, you're
golf,
considering buying it, right? That
absolutely.
conversation usually happens when we shopping and we're looking at the beauty with no neighbors in the back.
Yeah. So when you back onto a green space, if your green space is a natural kind of protected land and a natural waterway or
Reserve.
anything
Usually,
reserve,
it's like
yeah,
a government controlled space.
totally. So then
Yeah.
that has a high chance of always staying what it is because it is a protected green space. Now, I back onto just a children's park, which is actually zoned DC, which means direct control, which means that your government has a direct control over what that space is used for, which actually means that they can change the zone or the use of that space at any point in time. So just because it's a green park now doesn't mean it'll be a park forever. Now, is there a very high risk of it switching to not be a park? No, it's a very
Yes.
low risk.
Yeah, sometimes you can see that there is no, it would be very hard to develop it. There is not much use. The proximity to the houses is super, super close on
Yes,
a lot of sides.
absolutely.
So, like, usually you can predict, but
Yes.
when it's like really like just an open space and you can see that the community either growing or it's
Redeveloping.
or lacking amenities,
Yeah.
sometimes those spaces are repurposed, so to speak, right?
Absolutely. Now, when you back onto a school is also DC zoning. And again, it might be a school now, but if you're in one of those older communities where they're
Some
finding
schools
less,
close,
yeah,
right?
where they're finding less and less kids, some schools close. And it's unfortunate that some of these schools close and they repurpose that land,
Yeah.
whether it be for condos, whether it be for business buildings, whether it be for commercial.
Yeah.
So just don't take with absolute
And we
certainty.
do have good examples in Calgary of
Absolutely.
golf courses being
So
repurposed,
golf
right?
courses was going
So,
to be the next one. Now golf
okay,
courses are private, can be
yes.
privately owned. You know what else actually is another one we should throw in here
Mm.
is oh, what is it called? Trailer parks.
Oh, well, yeah, we've
Yeah,
seen
trailer
examples
parks. Yeah.
of those too in Calgary. Like
Yeah.
quite a few of them got redeveloped.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you're backing onto a trailer park or if you're backing onto a golf course, if they're privately owned, that person can sell it and the new people can ask the
Mm.
city to use it for whatever they want. If you're backing onto a golf course that's owned by the city, don't assume that the city's always going to want it to be a golf course because they might not and they can change their mind and that is their right.
Well, and like part in Chestermere, we had a big battle.
Yeah.
It's a privately owned golf course, and unfortunately, the owner wasn't much into keeping the golf course any longer for whatever reasons, and they were planning to sell it to the developer, a home builder.
Yeah.
And of course, that was a big fight in the
Yes.
community. The petitions went out. We won the case, of course, which I'm glad because like I'm a golfer, so I like it to golf close to home. But it is like unfortunately, we've seen a lot of examples in Calgary that like both in the northwest and southwest, like the Shawnee Slopes area
Yeah.
and
Hamptons, Harvest
yeah,
Hills,
got
all those
all
places.
redeveloped. So, and it's unfortunate. And
Yeah.
of course, with the farmlands, right? I found with the farmland, it's usually quite a slow process, even if the development has been approved when you buy in a house. It still takes the years to get the stuff done. but farmland also can be rezoned. It's a little bit harder to rezone the farmland, but it takes years. But it's still, you never know.
Well, and
Yeah,
things that you can look at when you're looking at farmland is if you're in the edge of a municipality, generally they'll have a 25-year plan.
yeah,
Generally, they would have expropriated land that they intend to redevelop and bring in as part of the communities or
yeah.
part of the city.
And all that
So you
stuff
can
is
look at
available
those.
now. Like a lot of smaller municipalities have the future development plan, and they have it available online or through
Yeah,
development, where you got committees for that information. But let's also talk about like pros and cons of each, right?
sure.
So I mean, parks or green spaces, obviously it's amazing. You look outside, it's nature. You probably enjoy just taking your dogs out for a walk. You know, when you have a little kids, they can go play in the playground or like just run the field, so to speak, right? So that's kind of nice too. Like if you stay in active, recreational,
Absolutely.
big bonus right there.
And it becomes an
Yeah.
extension of your backyard, but you do have to know, and
Yes.
this is a thing a lot of people don't know. If you back onto a park or a green
Mhm.
space, there is something called criminal prevention by design, and in the
What
80s,
kind of?
green space,
No, what is it called?
criminal prevention by design.
Criminal?
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard of
Oh
that.
yeah, criminal prevention
Hmm.
by design came up in the 80s and the 90s. And this is why when you back onto a green space or a pathway, you always have a restriction on your title that must be your back fence must be chain link. And the reason it must be
Oh,
chain link is
okay.
because they believe that
Yes.
if more people can see into that green space or into that park, that it will deter people from wanting to commit crimes back there because there's more eyes on the park. So they call it criminal prevention by design. So if you buy backing onto a green space, and let's say you have a very large dog and your dog gets upset by seeing other people,
Yeah.
unfortunately there's nothing that you can do backing onto the green space to try and block that fence or take the fence down and replace it with a large 6-foot fence, because that is meant to be there. You can put up trees, you can put up bushes, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, but you cannot do anything to disrupt that fence or replace that fence. It must be chain link. You can do whatever you want on the sides, but the
Mhm.
back fence has to be chain link.
Yeah, and it goes the same thing because it's a chain link. Everybody can see quite easily inside of your yard. So the even though there is no direct neighbors, there's potential invasion of your privacy too,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So same thing kind of I think go well, not really for golf courses, right? So obviously well manicured golf course is the prettiest sight ever. Like I'm a golfer, so I obviously love it. Like sometimes it's so stunning, you just like stare at it. But also like I have golfed with people who sometimes the ball ends up on somebody's property, and that's unfortunate. Like I know there is insurance that covers the home insurance, and the golfer's insurance covers any damages
Oh,
from
well,
the
your home
ball.
insurance, lots of times you want to check and make sure if
Well,
you're
yes,
backing onto a golf course, if they will cover the windows facing the golf course. Because
yes,
lots of times home insurances will not cover the windows that face the golf course if they're hit by a golf ball.
yes. So it kind of goes the same thing. Like when I live on the lake, I have a special water insurance, for example. So you
Yeah.
have to double check, make sure the coverage is there, right? And of course, like if we look at any like a golf community, they're very pretty and soft. The
Yes.
homes usually upgraded. Sometimes it's gated. It's definitely like more in the state community in itself.
Generally, yeah.
And yes, it is generally a quiet life unless it's like a golf season, right?
Yes.
So you get sometimes tournaments, you get the membership. People who basically always on the golf course, it's those retired guys I see when they practice. They like live on the course, so it's maybe a little bit more activity. Sometimes yelling, sometimes like loud laughing, things
Yeah.
like that, right?
Well,
So
and the other thing that we get a lot of questions about is just because you back onto a golf course does not mean that you get an automatic membership to that golf course.
no,
You can't just
I
go
don't think
on.
that actually exists anywhere.
It doesn't. And so you can't
Yeah.
just go onto the
Yeah.
golf course and start playing because you back
Yeah,
onto
if you
it.
hold like live on a hole, like you can just get out.
Yeah, you can. So you still do have to
Although
buy a
I know some
membership.
people do. So,
Yeah, but you still have to buy a
yeah.
membership to that golf course. You still have to become a member of the golf course and pay the fees. And you may want to check and see if they have a reduced initiation fee for that golf course, but they may not.
Right. and also with the golf courses and green spaces, I would like to add the HOA fee sometimes included quite often.
Mhm.
So basically it's an annual maintenance fee. So whoever is taking care of, because sometimes the golf course communities like extra snow removal,
Yeah.
extra where you like the landscape maintenance, seems for the parks and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So some of the cons, we didn't talk about any cons. So
Oh,
yeah,
well, one of the cons, yeah, wildlife. Actually, we get
yeah.
bobcats in our back all the time.
Yeah, so
Bobcats,
with the parks,
ducks.
you get like a lot of wildlife. You get like
Yeah.
deer, you got bobcats,
Yeah.
you get like extra rabbits, you may get some rodents, like
Yeah.
you get like a
Yeah.
lot of things.
Well, the
Yeah,
people that back on in my community, they back onto a lake. They get voles.
wolves.
Voles
Oh,
get into
wolves
the
under the
park.
ground ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the voles get into
yes.
the park, and then they start getting into their yards.
Yeah, I heard that throughout the community. Same thing for like Chestermere. Luckily, we didn't get any yet. Farmland. So farmland is quite common still, especially in the outskirts of Calgary. Like the Chestermere is surrounded by farmland,
Airdrie,
and
Okotoks,
and
High
like
River.
I watched that farmland develop like constantly. So, but one of the things I want to mention for the cons, because now I kind of lived through it and I've seen it. Um, yes, like harvesting is a real deal. Like so if you never got stuck behind a combine on the way to work, that's an experience. And so one thing, the some of the odors,
Yeah.
definitely, especially with the spring melt or first snow in the fall, you can definitely have that manure smell. Not pleasant, and it travels quite far, even if you don't even live next to it. And yes, so the dust and the chemicals. So when those we call the spray
Yeah.
planes, you can see them spraying the fields. It happens. I see it at least a few times over the like the season. So and of course, extra dust when it picks up, it just blows through. So it is a real thing. You never know what kind of, like, you can do a research on kind of field you will buy next to. However, you have to remember the farmers do rotate their land. So
Absolutely.
even there today they not harvesting anything and they're just growing some grass, it doesn't mean the next year it's not going to turn into canola or wheat or something.
Well, and the other
Canola brings a
thing,
lot of
a lot of
mosquitoes.
mosquitoes. The other thing to know, backing into green space and farmland, is that they don't do as big of weed control. So with that weed control and stuff like that, you may have those weeds blow into your yard. I know for us, we mow the back field where that's our house backs onto, even into the park, to try and keep the weeds down in our own yard by mowing the park
Well,
ourselves.
and to be honest, I think there has been a little bit change on a weed control too, like through at least through the city of
City.
Calgary. What's that? The dandelion.
Yeah.
They maintaining, like, they actually controlling it less
Yeah.
now. There is always a spray of a chemicals too in the certain weeds, and I do like. I know Chestermere have been recruiting some goats,
I
so
know.
that's been
So
really cute.
I'm president of my
Yeah.
community association, and I was thinking that I was going to look into this
Oh my
year to
god, if we
help with
get
weed
goats, let's do it.
control.
Like, I want to be there.
I
Let's
know.
like do.
I want to look into seeing what it would take for our community to pay to get someone to come
Yeah.
in with goats this year to help keep down the weeds in the park. I think it would
Yeah.
be so cool and so much fun.
Yes, I think it would be definitely great for the community. I mean, like, well, I don't like. I think everybody loves it. It's like a big spectacle. People come together. Yeah. So remember, with everything that
I got a line.
what
The grass
what
isn't greener always on the other side.
uh, oh, we missed Robin's corny
I
jokes. It's been a
know.
while. Okay.
So see,
Yes.
that's why backing onto a green
Yeah.
space, the grass isn't greener always on the other
Yes.
side.
Get a really big backyard. Because, like, I'm picking up on the lake, and I can tell you there is a lot of pros and cons in its own too.
I'll be honest
Yeah.
though, I don't think I could ever go back to backing onto houses. And I tell people that when they're looking at houses backing onto parks and green spaces, I don't know that I could go back to backing onto houses
See,
again.
like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I lived in so many different ways. Like, we lived in a kind of that older bungalow with a back alley in an older community, bigger yard. Then we lived in a smaller, like in a newer, smaller one, picking up. Then we lived on a private walkway to the lake, so we had a chain link.
Yeah.
And then we moved to the
The lake.
Chestermere Lake on the lake. And like I feel like I adapted to like everything because I find a beauty. Like I like the privacy that big fence gives you.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like
But would you go back?
yeah, it's hard to go off to the lake.
Exactly.
I do like being on the water. I do have to say
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
that's what I mean. I think
Yeah.
that once you get used to
but
it, that
being on the water, we actually didn't talk about like picking up on the water because you get boat traffic, paddle boards,
bugs.
but well, the bugs definitely come with it. And I mean, there is a city lakes like Auburn Bay,
Yeah.
like Arbor Lake,
Seton,
Sundance, like
Mahogany.
Midnapper, yeah, like so Chaparral. There is a lot of those lakes, and even though they're not motorized lake, they still get a lot of activity.
Yeah.
Those open spaces are completely wind unprotected.
Oh yeah.
So you do get a bigger storms on it. It's just like something to like kind of remember, and you have to keep them like nice and clean, and also comes with its own like maintenance. With the Chestermere Lake, we have actual boats. So if you're living on the lake 6 a.m., for sure it's going to be somebody on the lake. 2 a.m., somebody else is going to be on the lake. But it comes with a lifestyle. So
absolutely. But thinking,
Yes.
see, speaking of remembering things,
Yeah.
our prize.
Okay.
So if you want to
Yeah.
like and love
Yeah.
and share our show on any one of our
Mm.
mediums, and we're super jacking up our social media. If you haven't noticed, we've got
Yes.
lots of amazing videos out there, huge informative videos.
Yeah.
Like, love, and share all of that. Tag your friends. You get
Yeah.
extra entries. This one is an electric smoker for a glass, like an individual
Yes,
glass
you
electric
you
smoker,
can,
which is
layer it.
utterly
Cool.
amazing
Yeah.
in the fact of what it is. I actually kind of think I want one.
It comes with like wood chips. Where's that little thing here? Oh, other side here. It comes with 6 different wood chips, charging cable, torch,
Cleaning
clean
brush, yeah.
basket, everything.
It's amazing.
And as a bonus, we're giving away our Tipsy Realtors Season 6 journal, which goes until end of June. And that's all the cocktails we're making since September to June. It's a complete season 6 with the real estate topics. So,
but remember too, is you can buy it on Amazon.
Yes.
And there is still some available. So feel
we
free
have
to
like
go
a
on
trilogy.
Amazon.
We have season 6, 5, and 4 available.
We do.
Yes.
So go on, take a peek.
That's a lot of drinks. A lot of Wednesdays.
But we challenge you to try every single one of them responsibly.
Oh my god, we should do a challenge. We should
challenge.
We
Okay,
should
we'll think about it.
We're gonna think about the challenge.
Okay, next week. Jockey Club. I've already served this to my husband many a times. He loves it. And we're going to talk about jockeying to be the more attractive listing on the market, which is perfect timing because of the fact that we're going into a spring market. And if you're putting your house up for sale, you want to be the most attractive thing while you're getting all the other competition out there on the market. But more importantly,
yes,
like, love, share, or show. If you have friends, family, coworkers, someone you know, someone you don't know, you hear anyone talking about real estate, whether you like them or whether you don't, please make sure to have them call myself and Anna Terranova so that we can help you get the right information, the right advice, even if it's just to get information to find out you don't want to go.
Sometimes it's just planning.
Sometimes it's just planning and understanding what all your choices are. We want to tell you what you know and what you don't know.
Not all Calgary's markets are equal.
100%.
And that's one thing that is going to stick throughout 2026.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Enjoy the snow. I hear it's here to stay for a bit.